Number 2, Erin Blanchfield versus number 3, Manon Fiorot. And boys, this is a women's juggernaut of a main event because the winner of this fight, as I said earlier, will undoubtedly emerge as the next contender of the women's flyweight title. Both women have been on a crash course heading straight for the title, and that road, at least for now, ends for one of them this Saturday. Both come into this matchup a perfect 6-0 in the UFC. Similar experience level for both as well, as Erin Blanchfield with a 12-1 record and Manon Fiorot with an 11-1 record. Both women's losses were decisions, so neither has been finished. This has one of those classic striker versus grappler matchup feels to it. Interested to see who you guys take. Brandon, as always, we will lead with you.
All right, so I'm definitely going with Erin Blanchfield here. I just really like the fact that she's just puts pressure on girls and just never goes backwards. And I think against Manon, that's exactly what she's going to have to do. She's got the grappling edge. I think Manon has like a 91% takedown defense, which is really good. But this is 5 rounds, so I have a feeling that pressure that Erin brings is going to wear on Manon if Manon can't get Erin out of there. And I just don't think Manon can get Erin out of there. Like she's really tough. She's been in some big wars with people. I just don't think that Manon's going to carry enough power to take out Erin. And that being said, let's go with 4th round submission for Erin Blanchfield.
The confidence in the pick is shocking to me.
Yeah.
The fact that you were so confident there.
Yeah,
John, who
I'm
are
really
you taking?
confident.
You know, this one's going to be interesting. I do like this style matchup, but even on the striking, I think that Blanchfield does bring like an aggressive striking. I do worry that sometimes she gets a little crazy, and Manon is very calculated. And I don't think we've really even seen anybody like be able to control Manon on the ground though. And for like Blanchfield, where the Santos fight, I mean, she missed on like 14 takedown attempts, and I just feel like Manon is the type who can capitalize on those. And I think that although they have a similar record, the amount of experience as far as the quality of opponent definitely leans hard for Fiorot here. I think that she's fought 4 former title champion or 4 title contenders, and then obviously with Rose you have an actual champion there, and she's looked great in all of those fights. So for that, I'm taking Manon here, and I'm gonna say 3rd round TKO.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up there about the experience because it is tough. I mean, when you look at Blanchfield's last 2, it is impressive. But in terms of the body of work, you definitely have to give that advantage to Manon in terms of who she's faced to this point. But man, this is just such a tough matchup to pick for. Even as I'm sitting here now, boys, I don't feel overly confident in picking against either fighter. I'm not even looking at it as who I'm picking to win. It's just, I know in picking one of them, I'm picking against the other, and that's almost worse. One thing that worries me here for Blanchfield is the striking defense because she is so desperate at times to get the fight down that she's willing to take a few just to try to get that chest-to-chest position, try to work some of her inside sweeps and takedowns and stuff, and you just can't do that against a striker like Manon Fiorot because Santos and Andrade had power, but Fiorot has technique and precision on top of the power, right?
Right.
So even in the clinch, we've seen Fiorot hit some sneaky throws and takedowns herself. However, I'm going to go with my gut here, and my gut tells me Blanchfield wins this fight. I have a feeling Fiorot is going to win rounds 1 and 2. She may even have some moments where Blanchfield is kind of on the ropes, but Blanchfield is so tough, and I think as long as she's still in there by round 3, she's going to start to wear on Fiorot because with how relentless Blanchfield's grappling is. I also like Blanchfield that right now she is averaging 1 submission per 15 minutes. I think that's huge in a 25-minute fight. And Fiorot, it's been now 5 fights since she's not only finished, but also 5 fights since she's even scored a knockdown. And for a striker, that's not super ideal, right? I do think either way this fight goes long, I could easily see a decision win for either lady, but they don't call her cold-blooded for no reason, boys. So give me Erin Blanchfield by 4th round submission, but I can't stress enough, it will not surprise me if we're talking about a Fiorot win come next week's episode because she's just that good. There just isn't much separating these women in my opinion.